Welcome to the Idaho Business Podcast, the only Idaho podcast focused on providing profits for Idaho people. If you love our state and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Idaho Business Podcast with your friend, host, and all-around great guy and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Idaho. I keep almost saying Pocatello. It's Idaho Business Podcast now. I am here with owner and operator of Bust a Moves, Taylor Kerbs. Taylor, it's good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Spencer. Excited to be here. Seen plenty of your episodes, and I feel honored to be on your show.
I appreciate it. Hopefully you didn't laugh too much, especially towards the beginning of the episodes, because they were pretty rough by me, but the guests were still good.
No, you're good.
Well, good, man. So Taylor, he was born and raised over there in Burley. He went over there. I went over to Snow College, got educated.
Yeah.
And then came back and you started Bust a Moves in Pocatello. Is that right?
Pocatello. Yeah. That's where it started out.
Perfect. And you started that in 2018.
Correct. April 18.
Very cool, man. Going on 3 years now. So that's fantastic. But before we get into all the nitty gritty, I need to quickly let everyone know that we are sponsored by Dell's Outdoor Advertising. If you guys need some traditional or digital billboard help, for your company, to bring some awareness to your potential customers, give Rob a call at 232-6886. And if you mention the podcast and sign up for 3 months, he'll give you your installation for free or your first month for free. So getting back to Taylor here. Taylor, first of all, did I mess anything up in your bio?
No, you're good, and I can clear if I need to.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, my wife's good at that, so I expect my guests to be good at that, just to correct me when I'm wrong.
Right.
Hold on here. I'm gonna edit that part out. I'm at my house, so Jensen, edit this out. All right. Okay, going forward, Taylor, maybe share some little known fact or fun thing about yourself before we get rolling here.
Yeah. So a little fun thing about me is I'm married. We just passed our 9-year mark of marriage, and it's been really good. We have 3 beautiful kids, a 7-year-old daughter, Penelope, 4-year-old daughter, Ivy, and a 2-year-old son, Jay Taylor. We call him Jay Taylor. So, and the couple hobbies, we actually just bought a 5th wheel this last weekend.
Nice.
We're going to try this year, we want to explore Idaho. That's kind of been our goal, is to check out all the different parts of Idaho. And so we figured what better way than to get a 5th wheel. And we're going to go check it out today. We're going to go to Lava and break it in. Yeah.
I like it. I'll have to talk to you off air about that subject, because I've been literally thinking, I just talked to my wife about maybe an RV, maybe a 5th wheel, maybe something like that would be fun. So,
I was a little hesitant because, spending that kind of money that's not on your business was weird to me, because, for all of our money, we just put it right back into Bust a Moves.
Yeah.
My wife said, what better way to spend money than on experiences and memories? And so that was the selling point for me to say, yeah, let's go pay for some memories, something that our kids will talk about forever and hopefully continue with their family.
That's right. And in the words of the great show Parks and Recreation, you got to treat yourself. You got to treat yourself sometimes. Treat yourself. That's right. That's so true, though. We need to build our businesses. We need to keep growing that way. But you've got to appreciate the here and now and have that balance with your family, because you're not going to get these years back.
That's why you start a business. You don't start a business, a job 100 hours a week. You start a business so you can work, but you can also really have a lot of time with your family. That's exactly right. The goal as a business owner is to have freedom financially and freedom in your time.
Yep, exactly. I really start to not even hate, but loathe the entrepreneurs I see on social media. They're like, you got to put in 80 hours a week And sometimes you do.
Yeah.
But if you don't, yeah, go ahead.
No, there is a need for that. There is a need for 80 hours, but you still can be successful and not put in those 80 hours a week.
Exactly. I just hate to see the ones that are like, you got to do it consistently. You got to do it this much time. I'm like, man, if you've got to be there and you've got to do all this work every week, day in, day out, that means you don't have any processes set up.
No.
And you're having to do everything yourself. Like that's showing me that
you're an employee. You have a job. You don't own a business. You have a job. If that's what you have to do for your business to run, you have a job. You don't have a business.
Yep. You own your job. You don't own a business. So
exactly.
That's why we do these things. So you can put processes into place. You hire good people, or good and smarter people than yourself to run things, so you can have a weekend away with your family and maybe a whole week away. I'm going to Mexico tomorrow for a week,
absolutely.
And I have full faith because we have processes set up and I have great admin staff here and even great employees that I know things are going to be fine.
Right.
So,
right. Exactly.
I like it. Well, cool. That's great that you're doing the RV thing. Great making some memories there. So, so how did you get into the business of moving?
So, I mean, I'll try to shorten down the version of the story for the podcast, but it's kind of a long, fun story. So,
sure.
I always say my parents got divorced when I was 14 years old, and every year up until I got married, every year I had to move my mom. She moved into another apartment, another house. And so by the third time I did that, about 17, 18 years old, senior in high school, I remember taking the rental budget truck back to the rental store there in Burley. And I looked over at my buddy. I said, man, I'm going to have a moving company one day. I'm and he just kind of laughed, yeah, okay, Taylor, moving company. And so in high school, I was a really good football player in high school. I was a really good athlete in high school. And so I kind of forgot about running a business and focused in on, I'm going to play sports. I'm going to go to college. I'm going to do that. So I signed a scholarship with Idaho State and started playing football there. Just didn't really honestly, it's weird to say because I love Pocatello now. I hated Pocatello when I first moved here. It's the greatest place, right? I love Pocatello. I
sure.
We're going to try to put some roots here in Pocatello. But so I was just going to college. I wasn't a good student. I loved playing football, wasn't a good student, but I knew if you want to be something in life, you have to go to college. So I was on that train. I got to get a degree, put off owning a moving company to the side. Well, then I get married. My wife, same thing, get a degree. You're not going to be anything without a degree. And finally, after 7 years of college and no degree, I finally decided, hey, I'm dropping out. Like, this is not working for me. I'm going to own a moving company. And I remember driving through Utah and seeing moving trucks driving. I pointed and Marcella, we're going to have a moving company. My guys are going to wear, blue polos. We're going to be blue collar type guys. We're going to wear khakis. And she just listened. Because she just thought it was just a kind of a crazy idea. So she wasn't going to dive in and say, oh, you're not doing it. So then
that's what good wives do.
Yeah. They just listen and let you dream, and so
yep.
So it was about my 7th year of college and still, 2 years away from graduating. I was like, I'm done with college. This is not working. I went and worked for my stepdad, and they owned a trust company in Blackfoot called Shepherd Trust. I said, maybe I'll learn the business, take over from him. Did that. It was a desk job. Hated it. It was fun to design, but hated it. But what helped me is I saw the growth come in because I saw all these house plans. Then they announced the temple. And from my area, Burley, Twin Falls, when they announced the temple and they built in 2008, the rest of the world or the rest of the country was in a recession. Twin Falls and Burley, they were booming. So I was like, they announced the temple. I knew that Pocatello was going to boom. I knew that it was just going to grow. I said, this is the best time to put this into, to start this moving company. And, for about 5 months, it was about 5 to 8 months before we actually started. I was getting up at 4 a.m., studying the market, studying how to do things, go to my day job. When I wasn't designing trusses, I was studying, I was learning. I learned everything. I became a student of my craft. And I finally just presented it to my wife. I said, here, this is what I want to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is what we need job wise to stay afloat. And she knew it was real. So she freaked out. She said, no, you're not doing this. You're not going to do this. Like, I'm a school teacher. We have a safe jobs. This is what we're doing. And so I said, hey, Marcel, like I have to do this. I presented it to her. And I remember that night she went to bed crying and turned over to me and said, don't worry, when you fail, I have my teaching job with all the benefits. So don't worry about that. But she wasn't thrilled with it.
Sure. Yeah.
Then after weeks of starting, I quit my day job because I was like, Marcella, we're missing out on phone calls. We're missing out on moves. We're missing out on moves because I'm here in the office doing my job I'm getting paid for. So we decided after 2 weeks, quit and haven't looked back since. And now 2 weeks after we started, I quit my job, and then we had a son about 9 months after starting. And Marcella, she was afraid to tell me, but she's like, hey, I don't think I want to go back after my maternity leave. And I jumped on. I said, don't go back. Let's work together, And so we've done that. And so after 9 months, she quit her teaching job, and we've both been running Bus and Moves for, together now 2 years. So
that's fantastic.
It's been a lot of fun doing it.
I like that. It's a cool story. Everyone's got a unique story for sure. And it always comes with a little bit of doubt and a little bit of frustration on a spouse's part, or even our parts as the owners. So
am I capable of doing this? Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. And I remember a few times, like, even because for my company and the startup of mine, the first year and a half were really rough. Mm-hmm. Like, it was just like, oh gosh, like I was knocking doors left and right. I'm like, oh, is this gonna work? Like, I had a young kid at home, and I was just, it was that fear factor. And then you have those small confirmations that kind of keep saying, hey, keep going forward with it. You're gonna be good. Yeah. So I like it. All right. Well, what's one of your favorite parts about the business right now?
My favorite part is I'm still learning. I love the idea of because most of the time our customers, they're moving to their dream home. So we get to moving is the third most stressful thing people endure in life. First one is a death. Second one is divorce, and then third one is moving. So we get to help our customers transition from their current home to their dream home stress-free. Why ruin that? One of the most magical moments in your life is when someone buys a home or builds their dream home. We get to just take that stress away from them, move them, so they just get to enjoy all the fun things about moving and moving into their dream home. So to me, that's what it is. Helping customers, a lot of our customers, they probably couldn't move themselves. They could call people. So it's really fun being able to do something that others have a hard time with. And we do it day in and day out, 6 days a week. That's what it's just so funny. Our movers, the customers are stressed out, and our movers just keep them calm. And they're like, hey, don't worry, we're moving tomorrow again too. So like, we got this, we love doing what we do. So that's the best part, is seeing the transition from their current home to their dream home with no stress about moving. I like
that. Especially when you're, moving pianos and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's like absolute worst to someone that doesn't have experience moving.
Exactly. Yeah. And protecting your house. I mean, you can get enough guys there, but do they know enough how to protect your house and make sure that your furniture is wrapped correctly and different things like that? So
yeah. Where were you guys in 2016 when I made my move? Would have been nice.
I should have started in 2016. You could have been my first.
Yeah, you could have done. You guys should offer, a little thing called the trash truck that you just secretly bring up behind your moving truck that the wife of the house doesn't know about, and the husband can kind of just keep throwing crap away as they're moving. So and it just
sometimes we move their trash. Like, man, that's taking up half the truck. Like, that's kind of expensive. Why don't we move everything you want? Oh no, we'll get rid of it now. That's too expensive to move your trash.
That's right. I like that a lot. Hey, you're bringing some good logic to people. So that's good.
Congratulations on spending a couple of minutes getting a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Idaho business community. If you're feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.